What's up? This is Big Sean, and you're checking out the Aftermath.
Yeah, what's up, Big Sean?
What's good, bruh?
Oh man, glad to see you, man. It just, I just had to start this off. You guys see this is Big Sean, kicking it with Yahoo. This time we're over at the Def Jam office, but it's all good as across the street. Yeah, but we
Yeah.
appreciate talking to you again. But the thing I've been wanting to talk to you about, man, was Mercy.
Oh yeah.
Mercy. I was at a party just recently, and your verse came on. I shut it down, man. I didn't have, I wasn't, but that verse, man,
Oh,
it's
thanks,
just one of
man.
my favorite of all times. I'm just wondering where the inspiration came from.
That's funny because Nas told me the same thing, and I'm like, Nas, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, no, I really love that Mercy verse, man. That's like, I be living to that like in the club, and it's just like, and I just collab with Nas on my new album. But that was an awesome song. That was a
Yeah,
song that was one of my like, definitely one of the biggest songs of my career, and you know. Kanye had that vision for it, and it was what it was. It's a great song. I feel like it's a classic.
well, does the music drive you? Because just the way you chopped it up to the floor, make that girl ass. I mean, all that stuff.
Uh huh.
It was great.
Yeah, man. It was really how that came about was we were just freestyling backstage at Watch the Throne in Detroit, actually in my hometown, and that beat had came on like like a older version of the beat, before it got produced up. And we were just freestyling to it because he was like, "Yo, this is like a new song we trying to do together." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I was freestyling to it, and I freestyled like the first half of my verse, and he was just like, "That's it, man. You gotta keep that." You know what I'm saying? Like, don't no, that's it. That's your. I'm like, man, I was just messing around, but he know what's best, man. 2 million records later, 3 million or however many is sold. That song is awesome.
Yeah.
So.
So lots of crazy buzz on Hall of Fame,
Mm-hmm.
and so is there a correlation, between famous and Hall of Fame? Is there in terms of the mindset?
No, not really. I'm a real spiritual dude, man. I'm somebody who believes in like the law of attraction, manifesting what you want. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of goals that I had in my life, I wrote down. From like getting a car I wanted to be getting myself a house, my mom a house, taking care of my family, different, doing this, doing that, having a platinum song, having, I wrote down all these different things, and a lot of them, if not all of them, have come true. And so I'm somebody who believes in being a good person, writing your goals down and seeing them come to fruition. So I did that on a larger scale and called my album Hall of Fame because when it's all said and done, by no means do I feel like I'm in the Hall of Fame now. Obviously, I'm going into my second album, but I want to be in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. Whether it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, by then it should be a Rap Hall of Fame, and I want to be a part of that. And that could go for anybody doing what they do. Whether it's journalism, whether it's lawyers, doctors, you do it to be in the Hall of Fame, do it to be remembered on that scale. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that's the deeper point of the album.
Yeah, you mentioned goals and you talked about a car and you got this song Toyota
Yeah,
music.
Toyota music.
Yeah, so what's that about?
Toyota music. You'll see why I called it Toyota music at the end of the song, but it's one of my favorite songs on the album. Um, And it's just that music that when we was riding around in that Toyota around Detroit, and it was me and my homies, and we was stuffed in that Toyota, and whatever we was doing, trying to figure it out, riding around, getting into like right and wrong situations, things that made us into who we are today. You know what I'm saying? That we would be riding to music like that, and we'd always be like, turning that Toyota, breaking that Toyota radio. You know what I'm saying? And it just took me back to those times for some reason. That song did. So that's the sole reason why it's called Toyota music.
Yeah. So one thing I think is so about you is you're definitely known, for just spitting in general. You can do the freestyle fun stuff, or you can have introspective stuff. I think on the first album, the singles mainly focus, on the party stuff, but the songs that we've heard thus far now, there's some serious, stuff. Fire. I think even using Miley for that video, was dope. And then I just saw Beware today. And so Is was this the plan?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my first album, you see the growth from my first album to now, and I'm gonna keep growing as an artist. And I feel like my first album, Finally Famous, did what it needed to do for me at that particular time. Had a lot of like big radio songs. Um, it familiarized people with me. Not all the way, but a little bit more than where I was before. And I had like a lot of like gold and platinum records on there. And so, it's funny because going into my second album, a lot of my friends was always like, "Yo, man, you live like a hippie, man. You're just so peaceful. You like, you be meditating, man. You like spiritual. You a good guy. Like you believe in karma. You believe in like always talking about manifesting in dreams and stuff." So they was like, "Man, like you gotta let people know that side of you." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. So this is I made that side more available this time. I wasn't scared. Maybe last time I might have been like, I don't know how you gonna take it if I tell you I meditate or if I tell you that I believe in like the law of attraction or I'm like spiritual. I'm supposed to be a rapper from Detroit, but this time I'm like, nah, man. I want to teach people and put them on to what I'm on to because you might learn something from my story, my situation, and I've already seen it taking place with a lot of my core fans. Well, they've been studying the law of attraction, manifesting their own worlds, being more spiritual, and things are like working out better for them. So that's why I do it for, and so that's just an aspect. Like I said, Hall of Fame, the album, is definitely just like one aspect of my artistry. You know what I'm saying? It's one piece to the bigger puzzle of me as an artist. So I'm happy about it, and you get a little bit more of an introspective side, but it's still some party
Yeah.
songs. It's still some raunchy songs on there. 'Cause that's just who I am, man. I'm just like, I'm a crazy dude, man.
Speaking of, I'm just going off the title. You got a song called MILF.
Mhm.
I was trying hard to find this song online
Yeah.
with Nicki and Juicy. So that sounds like that's a fun.
Yeah,
Is it a fun song?
MILF is definitely like a crazy song. People probably gonna look at it and be like, "That's nasty," it's raunchy and all that. But the thing is, it's one of the realest. It touches on some of the realest subjects on the album, which is whether dating ladies with kids, a girl with a kid, you know what I'm saying, and that kid may hate you, or being a kid where your mom had a boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, and you'd be like, man, stop looking at my mama, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So it's just like that's something in society that's been going on forever, and it's never been made into a song. So we made it into a song, and like everybody on there is playing characters. I'm playing a character. Nicki's playing a character, and Juicy is doing his own character, man. So we all just like got into character, and made a great song. I feel like.
Is this trapped in the closet characters, or is this
Nah,
just in your in your verses?
nah. I mean, it's just characters. You'll see, man. You
Yeah.
gotta just wait and see for the song.
Yeah, so I heard an interview with you. You were saying you just want to take people through a range of emotions. Like sometimes you'll be happy as hell, sometimes you'll be sad as hell. Like what would be like the sad as hell moment?
Um, sad. It's some sad moments on there, like songs like "World Ablaze." You know what I'm saying? Where I'm rapping about how you get at that point in life where it's you get into like deep depression and you feel things there's no way out and you feel like your world is on fire and like that's a song that like if you never knew anybody with cancer or if you ever knew anybody who was really going through some real life that man that's like really devastating that they will confide and relate to that on a deeper level, and um it's one of my favorite songs, and it's a new type of song for me as an artist. So it's the songs like that that I'm excited about. World Ablaze, songs like Ashley, where I'm real talking about my old relationship, how just like the ups and downs we went through, and people will hear our story and probably be able to relate it to the, everybody probably has an old girlfriend or old boyfriend that they'll be able to relate that to, and who else? It's just a lot of like good journeys and good stories on this album that I'm proud of, man. And not only that, I was repping for Detroit real hard on here, and that's another thing I'm proud of because I'm the only young black male from Detroit that has a platform to be heard on this level. You know what I'm saying? And I do talk about a lot of issues that you may see on CNN, that, but half the people I know don't look at CNN. So like I do talk about how the city's $15.8 billion in debt, or I do talk about how there's I've seen vacant block. I've never seen vacant blocks anywhere else in the world, like vacant houses that are broke down, one whole block, then the next block and the next block, full of people, full of drug addicts, raping girls. You know what I'm saying? Walking to school. It's just all sorts of crazy things going on, man. Or how they tried to shorten the police department's hours. So, more crime was going on during the day and, way less policemen around. It's a lot of crazy things going on that I wanted to make sure in this moment in time, if I'm going to be the one who has the platform from Detroit and as young and as a black man, that I make sure I tell those stories
Yeah,
too.
I want to say I appreciate that. And so I know I got to wrap it up, but I want to ask you about Sierra Leone. It seems like that you got to be kicking something on that one. What's that one
Yeah,
about?
Sierra Leone is a great song. No ID, it's a No ID producer. So it definitely has a great hip hop feel to it, and that song basically is about. It kind of gives me the vibe of like a vacation song. Like it's the type of song you throw on when you're like headed out the country with your lady, or you're driving up the coast in Cali or wherever you at, with your girl. But it's a funny like meaning to it because Sierra Leone is like a crazy place, man. It's like even though it's like a little gold and diamonds and it may be even like some beautiful scenery there, it's a crazy corrupted place. So it has a deeper meaning that like you always have to watch your back for corrupted girls, that are only after that Sierra Leone, which would be diamonds and gold and things like that. But then at the end of the song, you'll see it's a skit at the end of the song where something happens. It's cool, man. It's definitely a good moment on the album.
Okay, cool. I just want to ask you about Naya because I know people. I saw a picture of you guys on the red carpet, and you know how people hate on blogs
Yeah.
in the comment section, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, we love them. Look at them. They look so good together," and that
Oh,
kind of stuff.
word.
So it's
Yeah.
a lot of love, and I know you say a lot of good things about her. But tell me about this pound cake
Mm.
that she made for you, and that I mean,
Yeah.
they said a way to a man's heart through his stomach.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people do say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So she she's definitely passed the test through that way. She's always making me food, always excited to make me food. I always tell her like, man, you ain't gotta make me anything. She's like, no, I want to make dinner. And she's somebody who's always busy too and always has a lot going on, just like I have a lot going on. But she always still, no matter what, me and her always still take the time out to be like a boyfriend and a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't ever let what we got going on affect that. I'll pop up with flowers. She'll do dinner. And she will always make time for that, man. And so one time she hit up my mom behind my back and got the recipe for this pound cake I used to get made every year. My grandma used to make it for me once a year on my birthday. But my grandma had a stroke, so for the last 10 years, I haven't been getting it. But, my mom had the recipe with a few ingredients missing, and Naya got it, and, she added to the ingredients. She did a lot of research trying to see where, the couple ingredients that weren't there were missing, and, she was sifting the flour, made it from scratch. And, right when I was having a real bad day, man, she surprised me with that. And, it's just things like that. I never had that type of treatment, you know what I'm saying? And everything's great.
Yeah.
Everything's great with
Well,
her.
I mean, she got a job. She's beautiful and she can cook.
She got a job, man.
All them girls just hanging out at the clubs. They
Yeah,
got to step it up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they gotta step it up, and she's the ultimate step up. She's the boss up, and I just hope everything works out, man. With that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure it stays right.
Yeah, dope. All right, thanks. We appreciate your time. Is there anything else you want people in Yahoo Land to know?
Hall of Fame, the new album. If you're a Big Sean fan, even if you aren't a Big Sean fan, even if you don't like Big Sean's music, you might like this album, and it's really something new for me. So hopefully you check it out. Um, Hall of Fame comes out August 27th. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere, worldwide, and thanks, man. Many more to come.